everybody. I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Welcome to 3 special episodes of VO Buzz Weekly, and this is the first. Want to tell them about it, Chuck?
You know what? We are doing something so totally different for the next 3 episodes, and it's really, really cool. You guys know that we normally bring you guests that you know from animation and promos and blah, blah, and agents and people that you might already know in the business.
Yeah.
The next 2 guys that we're bringing on, Mike Brang and Bo Stevenson, you don't know of yet, but the reason why we're having them on the show for you is because here's 2 young guys, okay, that are basically taking all the excuses of why you shouldn't be able to or why you can't build a huge voiceover business
and blowing them out of the water.
Because they're doing it. They're going to teach you some stuff. They're going to inspire the heck out of you, and we're really, really excited that we can bring them to you.
Yes. So here we go with Mike Brang. Okay, guys, as promised, he's here. Mike Brang. We have our paparazzi. He's here. Mike Brang.
What's up?
Mike Brang.
What's up?
Taking the voiceover world by storm.
Look at him. He's all cool.
He's like,
it's like, what's up, man?
No.
Dude, I got to tell you. First of all,
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for being here.
I have met.
Thanks for being awesome.
Absolutely, our pleasure. We've had a lot of people on this show.
I know.
Name dropper.
And we're not going to drop any names.
Yeah.
No, we've had a lot of people on the show.
Yes.
Okay, and people have always been asking us, hey, how come you guys don't have some, up and comers or blah blah? It'd be so cool to see some people that are in the trenches, and I've always loved that idea. That's a really great idea. I just personally haven't really had a chance to meet somebody that I thought was like, an up and comer that was actually really tearing it up.
That question, man.
Exactly, but hold on.
So we did a casting, and
then we had a casting. No, so then I meet you. Right. And we'll talk about how he met all that stuff. And then I meet you, and then there's not just one, but there's 2. Then this other guy named Bo, and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are tearing the business up.
Well,
okay?
I'm trying.
So listen, you impressed me. I told Stacey about you. You impressed them. Yeah. Everybody that you guys meet, you and Bo Stevens, everybody that you guys meet, they're like, I love these guys. They're so freaking great.
It's true.
You both are having tremendous success. That's why you're here, because you're just like everybody else out there. We want to find out what it is that you're doing, and so that people can know what is it possible? What's possible for me out there, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot
before you talk, I'm talking right now first. This is my show, Mike. No, I'm kidding, buddy.
I'm just gonna kick back.
So, Stacey,
take over
why
your
don't
show.
you ask Mike a question?
Thank you, Chuck. I think that's a brilliant idea.
You're welcome,
you are
sweetheart.
such a good show host. Thank you. Okay, seriously, let's bring this in,
Bring
people.
it down.
Okay, so Mike, you are a hard-working voice actor. You got to tell us how you went from what happened before to where you are now. We want every single detail.
I was born.
Yes.
No.
What time? How much did you weigh?
Yeah. Well, for me, like most people, I started doing a 9-to-5 job. And this is before voiceover. This is, me trying to support myself, trying to start a life with a new family, and, I was working my butt off in the whole 9-to-5 deal. I started voiceover as kind of like a hobby, like most of us do. And it ended up being a huge passion of mine. I loved it. I was like, this has got to become a full-time job. How do I do this? And, it wasn't until maybe the last couple of years I started getting really serious about it. It transferred it from a hobby to like a business. Mm-hmm. And there's a ton of different avenues that you can take, and there's a few that I took that became really successful, at least for me.
Yeah.
And they seem to be working so far. So, the whole pay-to-play sites, my website's driving traffic, hitting up with, amazing people like you and casting directors and producers that really helped me to increase my visibility out here.
So what do you still have another job besides voiceover?
I do. I've made that transition from I got my foot in the door still with my 9-to-5 because it's kind of hard to leave.
Are you afraid? You're afraid.
It's a little intimidating. Yeah.
Well,
I'm peeing myself here right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude, for me, it's like
a big step.
It is a huge step, and I talked to so many people that do what I'm doing, and they're trying to break into the business, and it's taken a long time for me. I didn't really have anybody really to talk to. I kind of just did this on my own.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of trial and error, and to get to this point. And I still I feel like I have a lot more room to go and grow and tons more to do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I kind of feel like I'm getting to the point now where I can actually make this a viable business.
Yeah.
And you know, I still, like I said, have my toe in the full-time job. My boss kind of has her clutches in me. She won't let me leave.
Yeah.
But you know, she's been super amazingly cool. So I'm kind of blessed in that realm
Yeah.
to say, hey, you know, if you got something coming up, you know, a job you have to do or auditions to go on, Video Buzz Weekly to shoot with, you know, I'll work around your schedule. So
Well, that's cool.
That's super
That's
cool.
very, very
Great.
You know, so I have a really fortunate circumstance, you
Yeah.
know, and I work in the medical field, so it's not really easy to do sometimes.
Yeah.
So she's amazing.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm doing that still, but I'm like more of a part-time status.
Yeah.
You know, but voiceover has since surpassed the income level from my previously, you know, full-time job.
That gives me goosebumps. You said that, and I got goosebumps. I love it.
I know, but this is very cool, and this is one of the things that I love because a lot of people are, you know, one of the questions that you hear out there is, well, I have a full-time job. Can I still build a successful voiceover business? You know, and there are people out there that are, well, sure you can, but maybe they haven't done it or don't know anybody who has. He has, okay, and this is why he's here, right? Because you probably have, some of you might have jobs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So you're out there, you had a job, full-time job, do you have a family, you have kids?
I do. I have a little 2-year-old girl.
Little 2-year-old girl
A
who you
wife,
love.
yep.
She's very cute, by the way. A wife.
Yep.
A very
I have a wife.
successful wife, I might add.
Well, when you left home, she was still there. But
Yeah, she's an Emmy Award winner. It's kind of
Exactly.
awesome.
Yes.
So maybe we should have her on the show. So anyways, that's really, really, really cool, man. That
Thanks,
you're
man.
actually making it happen.
you're fabulous. You helped me get my
Oh, is
foot in
this
the
Chucky
voiceover
Hour?
door. Yes. This segment's sponsored by Demos
Chuck
That Rock.
her in.
No, but you did. You helped me get my voiceover career started. Forever in gratitude for that with you. But you had the experience of working with Chuck, making
did.
your demos. You've made some amazing demos.
Thanks.
And you are amazing, but you can only pull out what is possible. And you are a
True.
very talented, very versatile guy. What
you.
was the process like for you? Getting ready to make the demo, making the demo, and then you have this amazing resource and using it to benefit
Can
your
I
career.
answer that question? Can I segue to that answer? Can I
Of
can I
course,
back up
this
a bit?
is your moment.
Well,
Take it.
let me tell you something. This is kind of funny. Okay, so well, not funny, but it's. I think I have a very similar story to a lot of people. When I was first starting to break into the biz, as it were,
Yeah.
I was trying to find what I needed to become successful. So I did a lot of Googling and a lot of research and whatnot. So I started looking at different demo producers, and I knew that was like one of the main things that you had to have in order to become successful, get noticed by not only casting producers and directors and whatnot, but by agencies, which I think all of us as voiceover talent want to land a really good agency,
Right.
which is extremely hard to do. Which I've got 5 different agents now, which is kind of cool, thanks to you.
He's
It took
collecting
some
them.
He
time.
always says thanks to you. It's like, no, it's you, damn it.
Well, let me tell you what happened. So, at the time, like most of us, I was pinching my pennies. I still pinch pennies, but at the time I wasn't really sure if this was going to be a success or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't taking it quite as seriously as I do now. And once I found, a demo producer that I thought I liked, I went with this guy. And we produced a demo, and it really wasn't converting really well at all, actually.
This wasn't Chuck, by the way.
It was not Chuck, by the way. It was not him.
Because that would be embarrassing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, amazing experience to go through all that and to find that every time I would go out and do what I was told to do with this demo, nothing was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until a couple of years ago I got really serious about doing this full time, and I looked you up, and I heard your name quite a bit, and I'm going to plug you a little bit. And so I went on, I talked to you on the phone a couple of years ago. I doubt you remember this, but I asked you your prices, and and you weren't the most expensive, you weren't the cheapest, you were right about middle of the road. And I thought to myself, okay, he's right in line with just about everybody else right now. I still went with a cheaper person at the time because that just sounded like the right way to go for me at the
Right.
time. Didn't do anything. I spent more money on demos than I would have if I just would have went to you the first time. And once I finally got my demo done with you, that's when everything flipped. Everything changed. It went from, and this is kind of a cool story. Check this out. So on
Mike's got
some
stories.
of the pay-to-play sites, right?
Yeah.
All the people that are doing voiceover right now, they're trying to break into this. I'm sure they're using pay-to-play sites as a way of boosting and kind of catapulting them to get noticed by agents
Sure.
and casting directors. I mean, you don't have access to these jobs on your own, really, unless you know somebody. And so really the only way to get noticed is, through these pay-to-play sites, which for me have been the way that I launched my career.
Yeah.
So there's one website in particular, I don't know if we're allowed to mention the name or not, but
You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
This is your show.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's your show.
Voice123 is a huge platform that people use in order to cast things. And there's a really well-known casting producer here in LA that was using that as a platform to gain talent onto this commercial. I submitted my previous demo that I had before working with you, and they have a ranking system. It's like a 1 through 4 star thing. 1 star is like, you suck, right? 2 stars is kind of like, hey, maybe. 3 stars, hey, you're pretty good, you're shortlisted. 4 is like, you got this, right? And then out of that, they give you a ranking within the number of submissions that were done for that particular spot. So it's like, for this job, we want 100 people to submit an audition for. We'll take 100 people. And then they'll rank you like you're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 out of 100, whatever.
Right.
So I submitted my original demo. They only wanted generic demo submissions to be
Sure.
shortlisted. And I embarrassingly got like 98 out of 100, like horrible, and 1 star. I was like, wow, shot in the arm.
Well, you're either got to be great or crap. So
Yeah. So, and that was just a few months before I worked with you. So now, fast forward a few months later, you and I had been working, in the studio, which was an amazing experience. And I'll get to that question in a second. I took the demo that you and I had produced. The casting director was now casting for a different spot, running in a short time frame, limited usage in the market, really good budget. And again, general generic demo submission. I put yours up, 4 star, ranked 1 out of 150, got the job.
Wow.
So
That's what
I
I'm
got
talking
shortlisted,
about.
and then there it is. So
Yeah.
having the right type of demo gets you in the door.
Absolutely, man. I tell
And
people
then
that
you
all the time.
take it from
Yeah.
there,
I love that story. And I
Great
think that's
story.
such a great example of, are you serious about this? Is this something you want to dabble in, or is this something you want to absolutely explode in? So when you were making the demo, what was the process like for you? Clearly you were ready, but you said you had a few experiences prior.
Right.
What was it like making the demo with Chuck? For those people who have never made a demo with Chuck, are you feeling like
Dude,
kinda
if you
weird
say
right now?
anything bad about me, we're going to kick you off the
We
show.
tell the truth on this show,
No,
Chuck.
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I have to make sure his head doesn't
after
get
the
too big.
pitchfork gets put away and all that,
Yeah.
and the whip gets put away, you suck. No, for me, the experience was unreal. Whenever you walk into a new thing, it's brand new. You always have butterflies. You never know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'd been through 4 other demo producing sessions before with other people that are pretty well known in this industry, at least in LA.
Yeah.
And leaps and bounds different from what I had. I kind of had the mindset, it'll just be like another recording session.
Yeah.
The process for me was extremely easy, comfortable, engaging, relaxing. A lot of other producers that you work with, they'll give you just generic copy that kind of is used for everybody across the board.
Yeah.
Similar sound effects and music styles on just about everything they're putting out. It's for lack of a better word, it's kind of cookie cutter. My experience with you differed greatly. Original copy. You sat down and got to know me for, what was it, like 2 hours?
Yeah.
For free for the first night, just to make sure it was something that you and I were both comfortable doing together.
Sure.
Learning about my likes, my dislikes, getting me pumped up for the session, and giving me copy ahead of time to study. Unlike other places where they go, here you go, get ready,
Yeah,
and let's
it's
do it.
cool reading, yeah.
Yeah, and they give you a few times to do it, but it's just not the same,
Yeah.
And so, once I started feeling comfortable, I was, I think, better performing wise in the booth, and it was just an amazing experience overall, and then you have this crazy way, and I don't know why you're not a coach. I mean, I know you're busy, but
I know why.
We
I'm
know
not
why
a coach.
he's not a coach.
I can tell you exactly why I'm not a coach. But please don't let me interrupt
you
your
have
story.
this amazing ability, man, of just bringing out this crazy side of people that I didn't even know I had. And it's stuff that I've been able to
So
carry
cool.
into auditions that have booked me jobs. Like, I get so excited because you told me a couple times, look, your voice is doing this, you need to start doing this. Or, I want you to be at this point on the microphone, not this, back up a little bit. Or different techniques and stuff that I didn't even really think about or weren't really taught to me by other, coaches and people that I was
Yeah.
working with. And so I can take that and bring that into sessions with me. So, I mean, it's not just the demo that you're recording. It's, you're learning a bunch of different techniques and styles, and where to put your voice and inflections and pausing and framing the words that you're trying to show, and just a huge learning experience. And that demo paid back for itself the same week that I got it.
How many demos have we done together?
5.
5 demos. Every time we finish a demo with Mike, he goes, so which demo should I do next?
Do now?
I'm like, okay, dude, you're totally covered now. All right, now go out
for
there.
this week anyway.
And go get rich. And because I got some other people I got to help.
Well, yeah, we've done what? We've done commercial, then we did video game.
Animation.
Promo.
In-show narration.
Promo. I love promo, by the way.
Yeah, you do.
Promo
you and me both, baby.
This is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I'm just going to button, your awesome story, and thank you for saying all those sweet things about me. They're very, very kind. The reason why I don't coach is because there are people out there that are coaches, and I always tell everybody, if you have an electrical problem in your house and you call an electrician on his way out, don't ask him to fix your plumbing. Call a plumber, because he's not going to do a great job. If you need a demo producer, hire a demo producer. Somebody that does that, and does that really, really great. If you need a coach, go find a coach, somebody who's a great coach. Don't use one person for everything, because you're not going to get the great part of everything, right? Mm-hmm. So it's good that you did that, but you did that wrong before. Now you're on track. You're on the fast track. You're kicking butt. Another question.
It's not that it was wrong. It was just, that was your learning. That was your powerful learning
Absolutely.
period.
It cost me more money in demos than all the 5 combined that I did with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know sometimes people will call you when they get that sticker shock and they think, oh, I thought it was going to be $500. But again, if you do enough of the lower budget demos, many times you're going to, like you did, spend
demos
more money.
are going to cost you not only more money, they're going to cost you work in the future.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
yeah.
Usually.
Because if you put them on the internet, they're there forever.
You're done, you're locked.
That's not
you
good,
know?
man. How do you approach, building your business, your voiceover business? What approach do you take? Are you proactive? Do you just wait things to come?
No, I knock on doors, I shake trees, I let people know I'm here. Like I said, the pay-to-plays are a huge way for me when I first started out to let people know that I was here.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get traction. A lot of people get discouraged. I got discouraged for the first few months.
How long have you been in this voiceover business now?
Well, as a hobby, originally, I would say 3 years, and then 2 years seriously the last couple of years.
So a total of 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years total.
So that's not a long time.
No.
Everybody says when you start a business, 3 to 5 years before you're actually, doing business.
in the black,
So you're right on the money.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, and I'm not going to shake your hand.
Well, dude, I thought you were coming in for the hey,
Come here,
all right,
buddy.
dude.
I'm not going to leave you,
man.
man.
Jeez.
Yeah, here we go. Some more
Okay.
glamour shots of Mike Brang.
For your scrapbook.
Yeah.
So, I took every advantage that I could of everything that was out there.
Yeah.
I researched the sites that were available. I looked at different agencies, even though I didn't land any when I was first starting out. And I just went out and pounded on doors to say, hey, here's what I can do. In the beginning, I was rusty. I didn't have the talent that, I say that I do now, and I don't have the talent now that I will 5 years from now.
Absolutely.
It's just a growing experience. You're not just going to come out making $1 million in the first week.
Yep.
It's definitely a business. It's work. I put in, 50 plus hours a week in marketing myself. I knock on doors of people that say, hey, I've done work for you before. How's it going? Remember me? And auditioning like crazy. Just invested in some great stuff at my house, enabling me to produce really good stuff. And
Let's talk about home studio real quick.
cool.
You have one, of course.
I do.
Right? Do you mostly work out of your home studio?
I would say 95% of the stuff that I do is out of my house.
So can you share with us the importance of a great quality home studio versus maybe saying, this sounds okay?
So when you audition, I treat the audition like a job. Okay, so if I got to give the best performance, I got to give the cleanest take that I possibly can. It's got to sound pristine. The people that are casting on these sites, some of them are just business people. They probably don't know great audio from superb audio versus poor audio. But a lot of them are, a lot of these people, these production houses have flipped over to, these pay-to-play sites, and they expect to hear good quality audio.
Yeah.
So, for me, I found that out kind of later on in my, voiceover career, and I got really serious about it, like I said a couple years ago, and I probably went a little overboard. I took out a loan just to get stuff done. I didn't have the funds to do it, but I found a way to do it.
I don't know anybody who has a successful business who at some point didn't maybe
You
take
have
out a
to
loan
spend money
to
before
invest
you
in their
make it.
business.
Yeah, I got the money back.
Yeah.
You know, it took about
Yeah.
a year or so to get it back, but I got it back. So, I invested in a vocal booth. I invested in some really good. I got a nice Sennheiser microphone. The 416 is what I predominantly use. I got
Beautiful.
a Neumann TLM 103, and invested in some really good audio equipment, and just really beefed up my signal chain, and that really seemed to increase the number of bookings that I started to get after that. Now, you could definitely get it done on a cheaper budget than what I did.
Yeah.
I went kind of crazy with it because they're like, "Hey, you're approved for this much. Okay, I'll use it." And so I went a little nutty.
You went a little crazy.
Yeah. So, but it works for me.
Yeah.
There's other people that are doing, that have probably half the budget that I did. They're just working out of like a small closet with a well-treated space, and they're using really great microphone like the Sennheiser or Neumann, and they're using a really good preamp, like an Avalon or a UA LA610 or something, and they're getting really good quality sound. So, that's hugely important, because when you're submitting that stuff, it really does show that you've taken the time and the money to, you're taking it seriously. It's not like you're just somebody on a USB microphone talking into not to down USB mics, but they just don't have, in my opinion, the quality that standard microphones do.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
it definitely makes the difference.
It makes a difference. And you saw a difference in how much stuff you were booking once you got your stuff sounding really, really good, right?
Absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
So
I tell
important.
people all the time, okay? It's like George Whittam said it the best once when he said, an audition quality studio won't get you the job, because the audition is the job.
Yes.
So if you treat the audition like the job from every aspect, from your delivery, from your performance, from the sound that you're delivering, then your chances of actually getting that job, because the guys on the other side that are listening back to the auditions, they don't know what you got. All they know is like, wow, that sounds really good and that sounds like crap. So if they're both good, but one sounds good and one sounds like crap, who are you going to go with?
Yeah, the good one.
I want my stuff to sound like that. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Very good. You're a smart,
Yeah.
he's a smart kid.
It's a smart cookie.
Smart cookie there.
Why do you think, like, what does your gut tell you why do you think you're having so much success in voiceover? Because it isn't always easy.
It's not easy.
But why
No.
is it that you get up every day and you spend 50 hours a week on average, and you go to your day job and you support your family? Why do you think you're having so much success, and what drives you to continue?
I think what you just said. I really work hard at what I do, and I'm hoping the success will continue. But for me, I think it's just a little bit of luck, hopefully some talent, and just really focusing on what the end goal is. I don't lose sight of that. I know that ultimately I want to just be completely out of working for somebody else and then working for myself. There's just a huge liberating feeling when you don't have to report to anybody other than like the producer or something. But and I try to make sure that everything that I do sounds quality, and I put everything I can into it. So.
Yeah. Well, one other thing that he does, which he probably forgot because he's a little nervous right now,
There's cameras everywhere, man.
is that you know what you do that's great? And Eric Bauza does this.
Love Eric Bauza.
Exactly. There you go. You
That's
just
my
said
man.
it. Everybody says, when you say the name Eric Bauza, hey Eric,
Yeah.
everybody always
Bauzilla.
says, love Eric Bauza. And
Nice
you know what,
guy.
dude? Same thing with you. Okay? When Mary Lynn first met you, okay, when
Mary
I
Lynn
talked to her,
Wisner.
Mary Lynn Wisner,
She's
first thing
awesome.
she said is, I love Mike and Bo. Because both of you guys, by the way, you guys don't see him, but Bo Stevenson's over there crashing the party over here. Everybody that you guys meet, they love you because you're such a cool, nice guy. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
You're genuine. You treat people with respect. You're a straight up guy. I've never ever had you talk to me or heard a story or done anything where you didn't actually make me feel good. And somehow, some way, and you just you do that all the time, man. So
Well, thanks,
that's a
man.
big quality.
I
And I guarantee
appreciate
you that
that.
your clients are like, Well, we have
Very
to work
generous.
with Mike because he's freaking
Yeah.
great and he's the nicest guy on the planet.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't really pay attention to how I just know that I don't want to be treated like a jerk,
So you,
And
Yeah.
so you
so
treat
I-
Well,
others
you
That's
that
right.
way?
over deliver
Yeah.
on every level, and I know that
Absolutely.
people
You know-
notice that, and it's a good feeling.
Customer service is huge, especially when you're working with yourself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
working for yourself. And if you don't give them, aside from a quality audio,
Yeah.
just top-notch customer service, let them know, hey, I'm not going to stop until this thing is perfect the way that you want it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get them knocking on your door again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
really is key to making sure that you create those connections and keep them coming back and kill them with kindness. And yeah. So
That's cool, man.
Well, thanks for recognizing that. I didn't really pay attention to it.
You
I
were
guess, but
raised right, Mike Brang.
You know what
My
I'm
mom is
talking
awesome.
about, baby.
Yes,
Hi, Mom.
good parenting.
For everyone out there who's watching, okay? We got all kinds
Around
of,
the world.
We got from around the world. We got people watching from all over the place.
Makeup, powder.
hot in here.
who would like to really get on the right track to building a strong and successful voiceover business, because that's something that you have already done and it's going to be way more successful, but you're already there, man. What advice can you give them?
Wow. Kind of like summary hands here.
Summary hands.
Yeah. For me, it's been finding the right connections. Don't stop. I got so discouraged in the very beginning, like a lot of my friends have, and a lot of people I hear around do. It will come. It's like a snowball effect, and it's definitely a marathon, not a race, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you start getting that little snowball going, then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's got this huge momentum, and it just starts to carry you with it. And it's so important not to lose sight of what the end goal is. And if you just keep focus on that, that's kind of what, like I was talking about with Stacey a second ago. You just keep driving forward toward that goal. It tends to come, And so, don't lose sight of it. Don't lose steam. That's the biggest thing I think is that people get discouraged. They start to lose steam. They think they've spent too much money. They think they've spent too much time away from their family, and you just got to find the right mix to make it work. But once you do, and you find that you can still be a parent, you can still have a full-time job even.
Yeah.
You can invest a little bit in yourself to get the right equipment or the right demo.
Yeah.
Then don't lose sight of that. Once you've attained all that, keep going with it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's
great,
what
man.
I've done.
Well,
Brilliant.
and that's why
You are living proof, my friend.
Exactly, absolutely, and that's why we're not even going to mention how much money these guys are
No,
making,
'cause that's
because you guys
TMZ,
would
Chuck.
cry. But I'm telling you right now that anybody out there would
He
be
flew here
happy.
in his private plane.
Would be happy. I don't even know why you have a job.
Well,
why do you have a job?
I don't necessarily. Okay, so
Because you're a workaholic.
That's not even a question on our list.
I know.
But
Well, 15 years is a long time in a company, right?
Yeah.
And it is a little bit unnerving. I do have a great boss who's made it really easy for me to kind of juggle both. So, a lot of people don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
I have reached a point where you go from making a couple $100 a month to making
More
5
zeros.
figures a month.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, you definitely hit a point where all of a sudden you're like, why am I still doing a 9 to 5? But for me, just my
You'll know
circumstance.
when it's right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll
and
feel it.
I'm pretty comfortable where I am right now, but eventually I think I'll be out.
We're trying to kick him out of the nest.
I don't have to be there per se.
Well, we are
but-
going to kick you out of the chair because Bo Stevenson's going to stay.
Absolutely.
But
we
we're
got to
gonna
get
have
You're
you
in for a
back.
treat, man. Bo's
Yeah.
awesome.
But you're going to come back.
But you're coming back.
When's that?
Dude,
You're coming
put
back.
it there.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all of your
So
success.
much confusion.
Thank
You're
you for
always
sharing.
welcome here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And
Thanks for the mug.
we're going to be back next week with Bo Stevenson.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Mike Brang. I'm sitting here with the amazing Chuck and Stacey, and I just got buzzed with both of them. And listen, for anybody that wants to get into this business, you can always check me out. I'm always happy to lend my advice to you. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it.
Well, that's all we have today with Mike Brang for now.
Yes.
But we'll be back next week with Bo Stevenson, so don't miss it.
Yes, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at VO Buzz Weekly. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. And just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.